Hello, Dre here, and Elden Ring is a journey that I think everyone should experience. This isn't a review or anything, I just want to talk about how much I've been enjoying the game and why you should play it as well. I just finished the game recently, and this game is everything that I want in a Souls game. It lived up to my expectations, and I enjoyed everything that Elden Ring had to offer. The only downside that's holding this game back are the performance issues. Since I'm playing on last-gen consoles, frame rate stutters and rendering issues are more noticeable, but does that mean Elden Ring is bad? No, not at all. So far, the only times I've encountered performance issues is when I'm in an area with a lot of game assets, but hopefully those issues gets patched by the time this video is published. Anyway, some of my friends who've never played any Souls game asked me if they think they will like Elden Ring, and I said to them, probably, because, well, there are gamers out there who just aren't into challenging games like Elden Ring. But I did also mention to them that Elden Ring is the best entry-level Souls game that people can get into, and a lot of other longtime Souls players agree with that sentiment. I've also seen other YouTubers who've never tried any Souls game play Elden Ring, and they're having a really good time. I know Elden Ring isn't for everyone, but I still highly recommend this game. Oh, and if you're getting this for PC, make sure you have a controller because apparently the controls for mouse and keyboard aren't that great. Oh, and I should mention, if you really are going to buy Elden Ring, you should know that this game requires a lot of patience, and this isn't your standard formulaic open world game with quest markers and objective waypoints. If you're new to the Souls games, initiating quest lines from NPCs is very different from other games. You won't get any quest logs, and this game won't guide you. When NPCs give you quests, you need to listen to what they have to say in order to progress some of the quest lines. Other NPC quests in this game can be progressed organically, meaning that when you progress through the main path of the game, so will they. This makes Elden Ring stand out from most modern open world games. The world doesn't revolve around you, and it makes the game feel alive. Some of you may feel intimidated by what I've mentioned, but trust me, that actually makes open world exploration a lot more fun. This game gives you 100% freedom, and because of this freedom, it's almost as if you can create your own story. Speaking of story, some new players complain that there's no story in Elden Ring, and that's not true. Again, this game will not hold your hand in any way. That includes the story. It's up to you to uncover the lore of Elden Ring. Read the item descriptions, pay attention to some environmental context clues, and the more you uncover, everything around you will make more sense. Another thing that intimidates some people is the difficulty. So, is Elden Ring too hard? My answer is no. Now, Elden Ring isn't easy by any means, but I think the challenge it brings is what makes the game very meaningful. You may die a few times, and that's okay. Trial and error is an important part of the game. Don't think of death as a failure, but rather a learning experience. With each death from a boss, you learn their attack patterns. Then, you slowly get better at landing hits until you finally overcome the challenge. And the rush you get after overcoming a seemingly impossible task is the best feeling in the world. You also have a plethora of options to deal with the bosses, which further makes Elden Ring the most accessible Souls game out there. With all that said, should you try out Elden Ring? After completing this game 100%, I would say yes, you should try it out. If you want to play something new, here it is. Now is the best time to pick up Elden Ring, and hopefully you enjoy it. So yeah, that's what I have to say about Elden Ring. What about you? Have you been playing Elden Ring? Do you like it or dislike it? Are you thinking of buying Elden Ring? Let me know down below in the comments. I want to know your thoughts about the game. I want to know what your build is, or how far you've made it, or who your favorite boss is. Anyway, I won't take any more of your time. I'm gonna go back to playing Elden Ring, and as always, this is Dre, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.